And we're back for another episode. In this episode we're going to be doing the level 35 Dragoon quest. So I'm back here at the Observatorium in Central Corpus, and I'm going to talk now to Alberic and see what we have to do. So Sir Alberic would have you undertake a trial, and it will earn me the ability Elusive Jump. Elusive Jump says executes a jump to a location 15 yards behind you while removing any heavy or bind effects, and also reduces enmity. Oh, okay, that's an interesting one. So it is pleasing to see how readily the Dragoon stirs within you. You show great potential, Mithrie, a potential that may prove the difference between victory and defeat. Estinian is no ordinary Dragoon. Even when set against the legendary Azures of ages past, the man is considered second to none. Such is his prowess. In fact, the day he was chosen by the Eye, it was proclaimed that Haldrath the Dragon's Eye had been reborn. I mean not to disparage your skills, Mithrie, but to pursue Estinin in your current state would be tantamount to suicide. As promised, I shall train you in the way of the Dragoon, that you might face Estinian as an equal. Before we commence, however, it is only fitting that you are edified regarding our origins. It all began a millennium past when our forebears resided in the southern plains in humble circumstances. The Fury, impressed by the spirit of our ancestors, decided it was meet that she make her own. So did she appear before Haldrath's sire, a man of courage and integrity named Fordam, and bade him lead her people to the promised land, to what become the great nation of Ishgard. Their journey brought them to a wide chasm, whereupon Fordran and his people set to building a bridge. It was then a dark shadow descended upon them, the great Yerm Nidhogg. Heedless of his own safety, Fordran fiercely charged at the colossal beast. Alas, he was pushed into the chasm. Taking up his slain sire's lance, Haldrath hurled himself at Nidhogg, even as tears streamed down his face. The confrontation ended when the young man, his hand guided by Halon, landed a mighty thrust and prized out Nidhogg's eye. With a terrible roar of pain, the great Yerm took wing and fled, while Ishgar's priceless relic is none other than the eye taken from Nidhogg that day. It is a veritable wellspring of dragon power. Even so, removed from its owner, it can exert control over the hearts of men. Haldrath himself felt its malign influence, but his love of justice brooked no corruption, and he prevailed over the power, claiming it for his own. And so it was the first Azure Dragoon was born. Being derived from our foe, the power of the Dragoon is a thing to be loathed. But as Haldrath proved to us all, as long as our hearts burn with justice, we need not fear being taken in its thrall. But what is justice precisely? Justice assumes many shapes and forms, Mithrie, and none can say that one is greater than another. So as long as you hold fast to your beliefs and stay true to yourself, you leave no room for the power of the Dragoon to master you. But enough of history, let us return our attention to the present. A knight by the name of Sir Brucemont will see to the next stage of your training. Seek him out at Witch Drop. Okay, so we need to go to Witch Drop, which is up here, just above Dragon Head, so let's go. So one thing I've been doing as well lately is I've been working to get all of my other Disciples of War and Magic to level 30 in the meantime, and I've mostly been doing that by doing fates in places like South Shroud or Eastern Fanalan. Thankfully it's not too far of a journey to get to Dragon Head. And I have been keeping my gear up to date as much as I can just by crafting all of my own stuff using my crafting professions, and as you can see as well, all of my Disciples of the Land are now 45 as well. Obviously a lot of people here doing fates. Okay, so I'm assuming he's below us, given that the symbol is there, but I couldn't find it. So from Dragon Head, come to this path here, and to go down, you can just go down right here. There he is down there. So I'm just going to jump down, because you won't die as long as you're not in combat. So even if you fall from the biggest height, you'll always survive with 1 HP, as long as you're not in combat. If you are in combat, then you will die. So in 1 moment. Not sure why my game is laggy all of a sudden, but I'll try and work it. So it says, you have some skill, I will give you that, and the glow of your soul crystal. Perhaps Sir Ulbrich was not wrong about you. After all, now return to him, your training here is complete. Okay, I'm not sure why the game became a little bit laggy just then, but the quest is done. Now I need to head straight back to the observatorium. So it's important to know where these paths going down are, because it can be useful for your hunting log. It might become laggy just by the sheer number of players which are running and doing fates in the area. But basically, when you're in Corvus, you can stay here from 35 all the way to 45 just doing fates. So once you're leveling your second or more character, and you've already finished the storyline, then it's a good idea to just do fates for now. In 2.1 they did say that they're going to be buffing the experience you get from dungeons, from battle leaves, and they're also going to be adding in lots of other things like random dungeons that will give you bonus experience, and treasure hunts is another one that's coming in. So they did say basically that they did realise that only doing fates as the most efficient way of getting experience points is kind of boring, so they've added in as many new ways of getting experience as they can. So hopefully I'll be starting to explore all of them once 2.1 launches, and it launches officially on the 21st of December. There we are, that was Ulbrich. So the soul of the Dragoon grows ever stronger within you, Mithrie. Clearly your trial was a rousing success. I need only observe your crystal as to know as much. Yes, though you have only just begun to walk the path of the Dragoon, it is clear you possess a talent to become Esteden's equal. Go forth and make the powers you have obtained your own. When the time is right, we shall proceed with your training. So okay, complete, get Elusive Jump. Okay, so that's done. So it's Elusive Jump, here it is. So, yeah. So the idea of Elusive Jump basically is that it will make you jump backwards and reduce your threat and remove bind and heavy and all the rest. So it's going to be one of those defensive cooldowns that you can use from time to time. And also at level 34 you get an ability called Blood for Blood, which it says increases damage dealt by 20% and damage suffered by 25 for 20 seconds. And the good thing about this ability is that it can be used on a bard, which is very, very useful, that's for sure. Extremely useful even. So I've put it onto, if I quickly change to my bard, you can see I have Blood for Blood right there, and it will be one of the many buffs that I now have as a level 50 bard. So yeah, so anyway, thank you for watching. And as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.